What is going on, guys? In today's video, we're going to be covering Deadops Arcade Solo tips and tricks. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Alright guys, so just to start off here, quick little rundown. Keys are very important in this game, alright? Do not use keys to open chests or open prison cells, alright? Use keys to open big gates, alright? There are 7 different guns in the game, this being one of them, this being the best one, the minigun. If you find it, wreck. Alright, there's going to be equipment in the game. You see a barrel over there. There's an ammo pack or an ammo case there, and grab that and that'll pack a punch your gun like so. As far as those things like the barrels that you saw over there that I didn't grab, the best ones in my opinion are going to be the chicken and then the egg. I'm just kidding. So it's going to be the chicken and the boxing gloves. The boxing gloves allow you to spin around like this, and you can just kill everything in your sight. It's really not even fair. Boxing gloves are the most OP because, like I said, you 360 spin. If you're on a mouse, I'm on a controller, but if you're on a mouse, I mean, it's unreal. One thing to keep in mind is at the end of a round, it might take like 5 seconds or so. If you just saw right there, sometimes gold or other things may appear shortly after. So if you end a round and just quickly go to the door, you might miss out on some gold and gems and things like that. Just some small little quick things about Deadops Arcade 3 here. You will cap out at 9 lives, 9 boosters, and 9 nukes. For every 200,000 points you get, you will get a free life. And then gems will help out tremendously for your score multiplier. Now guys, throughout the game you will be getting chopper gunners, tanks, and amongst other things like a Titanfall, I believe you can get. When you're in these things, you can still pick up gold and silver and coins and gems, but you cannot get equipment and like power-ups and such. Like, see that shield I can't get. Guns you can't get, but keep in mind, just make sure you are getting that gold and silver and gems and things like that while you are in the tank and all these kill streak things. And guys, don't forget about your boosters. I had to remind a buddy I was playing with, if you got boosters or nukes, you should never go down before using those guys. Don't forget about your boosters and nukes. I play on controller, so the boost is going to look like this. It kills zombies in front of you, by the way, and it just boosts you ahead. And then the nuke kills every zombie on the map by pressing RB. You can press back, which again, on my controller, press back, and you can see all the controls. Just don't forget about your boosters and nukes, people. And if you have 0 boosters and 0 nukes, they will give you 1 each round. One little Easter egg here, if you see King there in the water, that's actually the maker of this Deadops Arcade 3. Don't ask me for his first name, I just know his last name is King. Alright, here we are. Free pack-a-punch gun on round 3, I think we're on. Triple pack-a-punch because there's 3 guns, and then you can get the ammo pack over here. If you look at the top left-hand side, you can see how much longer you have left by the AK. The purple indicates triple pack-a-punch, the red indicates double. So I'm back at triple pack-a-punch. This gun is amazing. Highly recommended. There's a chicken over there, and you'll see what the chicken can do here. It just basically replicates your gun, and it's your wingman, and it just copies everything you're doing. Now here is a first person icon right there, and first person grants you immunity when you first enter it, so you can just run into zombies and they'll die, which is really nice. And then when you exit it, like I just did, it grants you immunity as well. And if you also, I wish I would have stayed in it longer, but while you're in first person, in the left hand side of your screen, there's a mini map showing where the zombies are, which can really actually help. And then also you can jump and you can slide while you're in first person. Alright, so at the end of round 4, the mama back's gonna come destroy our portal, forcing us to go into the wild. Now in the wild, we can get a lot done. Okay, so first off, when I first spawn in, you'll notice I just got the boxing gloves. I gotta show these puppies off for you because these things are too good to be true. So let's see, are they really that good? Is he lying? No, I'm not. You just spin around and you kill them all. So our first goal is going to be take out the zombie heads. That's going to be where these zombies spawn. So take those zombie heads out, kind of focus on that right away. One quick note about these boxing gloves, guys, is when they are about to expire, you're actually going to see them turn red. And I'll show you an example here. You'll see them turn red, and that will give you an indicator that they're a second or two away from expiring, just so you can stop 360ing like a madman. So there, they just turned red, and now they will disappear. Just one little side note on those boxing gloves. Alright guys, here we are. Every zombie head spawn location is now taken out. So this is where I was saying earlier, do not use your keys on prison cells, like things like that. It's going to be a complete waste, but having 2 keys in the wild is what we're looking for. Come to the right, stepping stone right here. If you're in solo, you have to boost to it. Duo, trio, quad, you can obviously use your partner to grab it. Just boost to it like so, and you grab it like that. One thing to keep in mind too is when you move through this middle piece here, you're going to want to hug the left side, because you can see that gold kind of reflecting in the trees, and it looks to be another key. So like I said, you want 2 keys when you're in this wild. You'll see later on in the video. But always hug this left side, because as we move up here, there's actually usually, I checked earlier, there wasn't in my game, but there's usually going to be a free life right here. And then there's another free life spawn location over here as well, which it looks like I got one right here. So when you're trying to take out those zombie head respawn points, make sure to check the right and left hand side here, as they will have...
Yo, who's smoking that danky dank, them turf skirps?
So when you're trying to take out those zombie heads, one thing that you're going to want to do is check the left side and the right side of the room, as they usually will have some sort of gun and power up that you can use. And another thing, when those zombie heads are taken out, there will be an arcade machine that's going to spawn in the wild. For me, I got lucky, and it's right here, right where you spawn in. You can insert a coin and play a bonus round. Sometimes it's Silverback Slideways. I can show you the other 2 spawn locations as well. So a second spawn location for that arcade machine I was talking about is going to be right here. Another spawn location for that arcade machine is going to be in this corner right here where my guy is. You'll see an arcade machine right here. That's another spawn location for it. Another spawn location, and I believe it's the last one, is going to be in the prison cell here just to the left of where you spawn. You actually need a key to get in there. I do not recommend using a key to play the Silverback Slideways unless you have like 3 keys or you can find multiple keys. Let's go ahead and jump right into this bonus game. Now I did get Silverback Slideways. Now keep in mind, if you die in this area, it does not count as an actual death in the top left hand side of your screen. If you press back, it'll say you died, it'll show a death, but as far as this actual game goes, the top left hand side of your screen, it will not show you losing a life. I'll still have 4 if I die here. While you're playing these bonus rounds, guys, don't be afraid of dying. Like I said, you won't lose a life, but make sure we're looking for nukes and boosters and extra lives and keys and things like that. This is a great time to get keys and boosters and all that fun stuff. So as you're making your way through the wild, if you keep hugging this left side looking for those extra lives, you're eventually going to come up to the deadly dungeon. Now the deadly dungeon, when you drop in, might have a key or an extra life in here, but you always want 2 keys in the wild. You want to somehow try to find enough keys to get to 2. I have 3 right now, so I'm fine. So I'm just going to grab this extra life and head up the ladder. I would recommend playing the deadly dungeon if you're looking for keys or extra lives or things like that. We can go ahead and head over to the bonus round, which is going to give us 4 boosters, and it'll also give us a weapon chest and a bunch of other chests for gems and things like that. I'll show you where that's at now. Making our way up the hill here on the right hand side of the map, there's going to be a zombie head spawn location. Just take that out quick and take out the zombies who are associated with them. And then to the right hand side there, you can kind of see a red entrance. Go ahead and enter that. This is going to be the bonus round with 4 extra boosters, which is really nice. I only have 1, so this will be huge. And then there's going to be 2 big chunguses. I think that's what they're called, megatons, something like that. So go ahead and take those guys out. You can see if you get hit by one of those blue electric things, it actually takes half your health off. Health is obviously determined by the red on my guy in the top left hand side screen, my little army guy. Do not use keys for chests like this or prison doors or anything like that. I repeat, do not use your keys for chests like that or stupid prison doors. You only use them to open up doors which would lead you further into the wild. So when you leave that bonus room, you're just going to take a right out that exit there. And there is usually a zombie head by this entrance. And this is where you're going to use your first key, or should be using your first key, is right here. And this is what I was talking about, needing 2 keys. There's going to be an extra life in here. Sometimes there'll actually be a key in here, which isn't a bad thing. But this is where we use our second key that we have and go through this door. And now we can get even more stuff done in the wild. And more points. And extra lives and etc. When you pass through that gate, that second gate, and you head up a little bit, there's going to be a lot of gladiators and brawlers and things like that. Obviously, try to take them out the best you can, and then move to the left-hand side. And there's going to be these boosters. So here we are at the second bonus area. Again, little red entrance here. These spots are just really good for trying to get extra lives, keys, things like that. You just kind of make your way down here. Don't forget to kill the spiders at the bottom. You can shoot them while you're at the top of the stairs. I recommend shooting them while you're at the top of the stairs. A lot easier. And then take out the skull, and there'll be like a chest down here and things like that. So now that we're done getting all the boosters and we played that bonus area right there, now we kind of need to work our way to the second part of the wild here, which actually has a bunch of gold and gems and things like that. So you kind of have to wait for this swinging trap here, which kind of sucks. But once you do that, we actually do get to ride in a vehicle, which will be kind of cool. Never thought you'd be able to ride in a vehicle in Deadops Arcade. Is there a boss in here, though? Pretty sure there is. You get teammate. The Kaboom room, guys, is one of my favorite bonus rooms. As you can tell, they will max you out on nukes. You can just keep dropping them, have a fun time. So here we are in the water, and in the water we can actually enter another deadly dungeon here. And deadly dungeon, look at that. There's a key right there and an extra life and 2 boosters. Wow, that's an OP deadly dungeon. So I'm just going to go ahead and, like I said, again, if you're looking for lives and keys, etc., I would go ahead and play the deadly dungeon through, see if you can find anything. Since I'm not, I don't need any of those things. Since I'm actually fairly well equipped, I'm just going to go ahead and take the ladder out of here. When you take the ladder out of here, you're going to have to work your way against the grain here on the water. So you're going to want to kind of hug the edge. And you're not going to go much quicker, but you kind of will speed up here near the end. But just hug that edge. And now we're going to be going for that dune buggy, or that ride, so we can head to the second part of the wild, which includes a lot of gems. Now there is going to be a elephant coming in here, so watch out for him. He's behind me. He actually just missed me somehow, but I'm out of here. So take the ride straight, and then take a left here at the road, and then there's going to be a fork in the road. Take a right there, another elephant here, so dodge him and go through the gate here, which you need another key to unlock that, folks. So you do need another key to unlock that gate. So before entering that, make sure you got a key. And now we're here at the second part of the wild here, which includes a lot of reward. Now guys, when you cleared out both rooms, this left-hand side room here actually has a little bonus area to the left, which will include guns and like 4 chests and stuff. I would use guns one at a time, meaning grab them one at a time, and then there's going to be an elephant blocking the door. Go ahead and shoot the elephant out as much as you can with those powered up guns, because to get back into the real world, or to get out of the wild, I should say, you're going to have to shoot and kill that elephant being this guy blocking the door. So use those upgraded guns to take out that elephant. The right hand side of the room here, when it's cleared out and such, you go up the staircase and you actually will have an opportunity to get more boosters and more lives here, which I would definitely take. So you can see on the other side of me here, that's where you actually exit the wild, is right there. So if you can get by the elephant and get in there safely, then do so. I usually take the elephant out, and then I'll enter that and we can move on to the next round finally. So guys, just things to keep in mind. Make sure you're using the traps that the game gives you. They actually do come in handy, and they can help you quite a bit. So I would definitely recommend using any trap that they give you. If you can tell, this left side over here got completely demolished by that one trap. Just go ahead and use those traps. They are here to help you, obviously. Here we are at the second part of the wild, guys. And at the second part of the wild, as you can see, I just picked up a key. If you have 0 keys like I did, they will provide you one, as you do need a key to keep moving forward in this part of the wild. So the whole goal of this wild is to ascend to the top, and then you get to finally choose a fate. And there are actually 6 fates in the game, and I'll go over that once we actually get to the top, because there's a few other things that we can take care of before we get up there. If you notice down there's 2 keys and an extra life. And when you're on round 5, the first part of the wild, you actually are able to get those 2 keys and that extra life. Here we are halfway up the mountain. These fireballs, I wouldn't really worry about them too much. You can kind of just walk right up the middle and be fine. They do give you some free nukes or boosters, whatever it might be in your game. For me, it was a couple nukes, which there's nothing wrong with that. Holy shit. Here we are, guys, about 3/4 of the way up the mountain, and you'll notice a bridge here. We're going to want to take that bridge over there, as it will bring us to a dungeon of doom. So when we cross the bridge and take out that respawn point for the zombies there, if you head up here, here is actually the stepping stone that will release that one lever that I was talking about earlier that gives you a life and other things. And then if you come over here, it still, for me, says you still have much to prove, but if you have a key, in solos it takes 1 key, in duos, trios, and quads it'll take 2 keys. So for me, just solos, I don't have a key, but if you have a key, it will actually reveal the fates. The fates are what we go to when we get to the top of this mountain. You get to choose 1 fate, and again, I'll go over those fates once we get up there. I don't have a key. It's great if you have a key. I would recommend, highly recommend, using it for this, as it will show your fates, and there are certain fates that are good, certain ones that you might want, etc. Now here we are about to hit the top of the mountain, and you will face this boss wolf here, and there is kind of a glitch you can do with them. I'll see if I can get him stuck on it. If you hug this left-hand side of the wall here, every now and then, again, not 100%, but every now and then he will get stuck on it, and he'll keep just doing his recharge ability, which will just send 2 wolves at you, and then he'll just recharge, which is super easy to kill him, because you just stand here. It looks like I might have gotten him stuck on it. We'll see. But if you just hug the left-hand side of the wall here, he will sometimes just keep regenning, and you can just light him up, and it's really easy to kill him. So just hug this the mountain wall, and you should be able to get it done. I do it about 80 to 90% of the time, so just like this. So here we are, guys, at the top. We're about to go to the Room of Fate. There's actually 6 fates total, but they only give you the option for 4. I only know 4 of them, which I'll list off the 4 of them here. I'm just going to read them quick. The Fate of Fortitude grants the player the ability to use power-ups and weapons for twice the usual duration, including but not limited to turrets, vehicles, chickens. On top of this, player's score multiplier will reset to ×2 upon death rather than ×1. Then we have the Fate of Firepower, which is the one I personally like. Grants a permanent death machine as the player's default weapon. Picking up another death machine power-up will not affect the current one. Then there's another Fate of Friendship, gives the player a chicken to use permanently, so that permanent chicken is actually pretty nice. Then there's the Fate of Furious Feet, which grants permanent boots to the player, permanently increasing their speed and 3 lightning bolts every round. Picking up further boots will not affect the player's running speed. So those are the 4 I know. And if you do that key to reveal your fates, it actually gives you a clue on each rock. So that's where you can kind of pick what one you want. But I'm going to kind of have to just pick randomly here, so we'll see what I get.
Drink deep. Bountiful life is your reward.
I think I got one that I'm not sure what it is. So I believe the fate that I got is, it's like a fate of defense or something like that, where I get a defensive item at the start of each round, that being a chicken or a saw, a barrel, boxing gloves, something like that. I'll get that at the start of each round. So that is another fate, and that's, I believe, the one that I got. Now this bonus room, the War Store, I have actually never been in, but god damn. 4 nukes in this bad boy, tons of titans, tanks, chopper gunners, take your pick. Wow. Now if you ever make yourself inside this bonus room, I highly recommend using the minigun or the death machine, just by far the best gun in Deadops Arcade 3 in my opinion. Keep in mind in this afterlife round, a lot of these afterlife, so to speak, zombies are not affected by a lot of specialty items like my teddy bear here that I'm using. They're not affected by. Just keep that in mind as you're going through this round. Woo! Alright guys, that is all I got for this Deadops 3 tips and tricks / guide video. And if you look here, I am in 68th for my career global rank on Deadops 3. I'm trying to get to #1, so your support for this video will tell me, hey, maybe I should keep playing this. Maybe I should try to explain some more things like the best guns out there, best routes to take on certain maps, or a walkthrough on a map that someone may want, because there are 64 total rounds and they can be quite difficult. So if you guys are looking for something more, let me know and I'll keep grinding away. But that's all I got. I'm Murda. Peace, love, and happy thoughts as always. Have a good one, everyone. Thank you.